Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm kind of cheating a little bit because it's a super simple recipe, but I just thought I'd show you how to make these kind of Arab spiced potatoes, and I'm going to be doing two different ones. I figured that if I do two recipes it's not cheating as much. So we're going to use these beautiful little spice slash herb blends. This one here, I feel like I'm being a bit patronizing by explaining what za'atar is, but just in case you're not familiar, it's mainly thyme and dried thyme and sesame seeds, but there's some other green herbs in there, and it's just a lovely blend of herbs. So good. It's kind of like a tiny bit citrusy, but it's got a little bit of kind of nuttiness, I guess, from the sesame seeds as well. It's just a lovely blend to use. You probably know what it is already. Sorry if I'm being patronizing, but just in case. And then this other one here is sumac, which I feel like maybe a little bit less people are familiar with. I don't know, I could be wrong, but it's basically a spice which is like dried berries. It's like these types of dried berries that I think we have them in the Middle East and I think in North Africa as well. And this is another really beautiful one. It's like another citrusy kind of smell, but it's really great. And actually I don't have this so much anymore because a lot of the time they would put it on top of kebab. I feel like that's kind of, what else? People put it in salads and stuff as well, but me personally, I really only grew up having it in with kebab. But I thought it would be nice to showcase another way that you can use it, especially with the onions. It's really good with onions. Anyway, I'm giving away too much before the game. So basically, for the za'atar ones, I'm just gonna chop up these potatoes just into kind of chips. Oh, also, I'm just gonna be leaving the skins on, but obviously if you don't like the skins, remove the skins. Did I need to tell you that? Probably not. But I told you anyways, and I'm just gonna preheat the oven to max 250 degrees. I'm gonna get chopping and I'll show you how they look. Okay, so I've just chopped up my potatoes for the za'atar chips. I'm not gonna add in the za'atar just now because obviously the potatoes need about 30 minutes or so to cook, so they're just gonna burn and toast too much. I just want them to kind of lightly toast, so I'm gonna bake these for around 20 minutes or so. And then for the final kind of 10 minutes or so, I'll add a little bit of olive oil and the za'atar. But I'm just going to add in just a little bit of olive oil to start off anyway. I'm going to keep it really simple, just some olive oil and some salt, of course, to taste. I'm trying to be quick, so I've laid these out really messily, but obviously you know how to bake potatoes, just lay them out, you know, pretty separately. And yeah, like I said, just going to stick these in for about 20 minutes or so. Okay, and then for the sumac onion ones, I've just chopped them into these pieces. You can chop them however you like. And I forgot to mention with the other ones, I did dab them a little bit to try and dry them a bit with a tea towel, a clean tea towel obviously, just so they can get nice and crispy. And again, I'm just going to put just a little bit of olive oil and salt to season. It's probably about a tablespoon or so that I'm putting in. That was maybe a little bit less, but that's fine. Just about a tablespoon. Some salt. Mix these up. Okay, just gonna set my wee timer and I'll see you in about 20 minutes. So for the sumac onion potatoes, I'm just gonna prep the sumac onions. So I just sliced my onions. I say onions, I only used one onion, like a small to medium onion. I'd say use a medium onion. Into this kind of size. See that? Good. And I'm basically just gonna saute the onion slices down, and then I'll add my sumac and it'll be really lovely, and then I'll add the potatoes once they're done. Swivel around a bit. Is that good? Okay, and I'm just gonna heat up my oil. I've just got the pan heating up. I'm just gonna add maybe around 2 tablespoons of oil, and I'm just gonna add my onion in there. These have been sauteing for just a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna add a bit of salt just to, obviously to season, but also to get them to release some of the moisture and soften down a little bit more. Okay, so I've been sauteing my onions for probably about 7 minutes or so now, just constantly stirring so that they don't burn. And now that they've browned a little bit, I'm just gonna add my sumac. This is about a tablespoon of sumac. A tablespoon is quite a lot for just one onion, but obviously because I'm going to be adding in the potatoes, it will spread nicely. that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna take this off the heat and leave it on this at the side, and then I'll add in the potatoes and mix it all around once it's done, and I'll see how it's looking. Okay, so I've overcooked my chips just a little bit. Not overcooked them, but because I wanted to have them in for another 10 minutes, that's going to be too long. But I would say to have them in for 15 minutes initially, and then take them out, and then add the za'atar, which I'm going to do now. So I'll probably just have them in for another 5 minutes, just not to burn anything, but I'll have the full written recipe in the description without all the little mistakes, okay, so my apologies. But it's fine. So I'm just going to now add my za'atar. This is just about a tablespoon. And I'm just going to add just a touch of oil just to kind of get it to stick nicely, maybe like a teaspoon or so. Just mix that all together. Okay, so I'm just going to spread these out again and then just stick them in just for the za'atar to toast just for about 5 minutes or so. Okay, so for the za'atar chips, I'd say to have them in for about 15 minutes initially. Obviously I had them in for a bit longer, so they burned a little bit too much, but that's fine. And then I had stuck them in with the bit of olive oil and za'atar just for a further 5 minutes, just to let that toast a little bit. And this is how they're looking. I've just topped them with a little bit of a tahini sauce. Thanks, Mama. Okay, and with these potatoes, I had them in for probably around a total of 30 minutes. But then obviously I kind of like flipped them in between. And I'm just going to mix them in with the onions. Just mix that out. And that's it. So easy, right? I'm just gonna plate them up, try and get a couple of nice wee pics in, and that'll be that. See you in a bit. Okay people, thank you so much for watching. That was really easy and simple, but I just thought it might be a nice idea to kind of showcase some ways to use these herbs and spices with the humble potato, and I will have the full written description down below just to reiterate, because I know it was a wee bit messy today, so apologies for that. But yeah, thanks so much, take care, bye.